Hello students, so how are you doing? Once again I would like to say welcome back and hope you are enjoying these classes, these small videos in which we are trying to explain your topics, subtopics, their subtopics in a very simple manners. So today's this video class is devoted, committed to this CBSE pattern question exercise, and the chapter is really very important chapter, that is ray optics and optical instruments. So I hope now you all are aware the process with which we are covering all these questions. So what I will do, I will one by one explain the questions. Obviously you know the pattern, few questions for 1 mark, few for 2 marks and so on, fine. Finally I would like to suggest and request one thing, while you are solving any problem, first look out the instructions, marks distribution, only then go for this answer writing process, fine. In this particular video what I did, I picked a same type of question but into different marks categories. I just want to show you, actually I am doing the same thing, fine, again and again, so that you can understand how you should expand or constant your answer, fine. So let us start this discussion. Once again very warm welcome to all of you, and my suggestion is also, before going for the discussion of these type of questions, you should be very regular, fine, with the various theoretical topics which I am sure are with you in form of various videos, and also we are upgrading continuously, we are upgrading and putting some values and like that, fine. So here comes question number 1 and 2, and both questions are for 1 mark, fine. A ray incident along normal to the mirror retraces its path. This is the question. Normal to the mirror, why? Now I picked this question, there is a specific reason. Actually a very simple line is mentioned in this question, and whatever is asked is so simple to answer in 1 marks that sometimes a student will feel actually what we have to write down. So just try to understand the wordings. Ray incident along normal to the mirror retraces its path, fine. Let us try to understand. That is, over here let us say this is a mirror, okay. Normal to the mirror means perpendicular. So this is the ray coming like this. In the question it is mentioned it retraces its path. Obviously it will retrace its path. So I think I should use a different color chalk just to show you the reflected ray. So reflected ray, my dear students, will follow this dotted red color path. Question is why? Answer is because angle I, that is incidence angle, is equal to angle R, that is reflected angle, that is equal to 0. So that is why it retraces its path. Let us say for example, this blue color chalk I am showing you, let us say the light ray is coming at this path, fine, say for example. So it will follow this path. In this situation also angle I is equal to angle R, but ray not retraces, fine. So basically this angle is responsible. So this question is really so sweet, so simple, so beautiful. Sometimes you will really feel, oh my god, it's a question. It just checks your basic understanding of the ray diagram, fine. So as usual, let us erase it out and go for the next question. always I used to call these type of questions really beautiful questions, because they gives you the idea of how you should think, how you should brush up your basics. Because in physics, if your basics are strong, you have the clarity of the basics, I mean the concepts, no one can stop you scoring 100% marks. It's such a beautiful science itself. Then comes question number 2, and this question is also for 1 mark. Why is a convex mirror used as driver's mirror? Actually, some time back I was like that interacting with some students, and I asked this question, and my student was driving at that point of time a car, and he started answering so many things, but not even a single line which I was expecting as a student of physics. So, from that point of time, I normally used to discuss these type of questions, so simple questions, and I am sure you must have noticed on your bike, or you can say your car, it is mentioned object in the mirror are, fine, fill in the blanks, closer than they appear, fine. So, let us try to understand, why is a convex mirror used as driver's mirror? Fine. The reason is simple, because of the field of view of convex mirror is very large. So, if you are placing a normal mirror, you will not able to see so many things because of this reason, fine. So, answer is simple one line answer without any twisting, and whatever you have to remember in this particular answer is large view of a field, that is it. Because large field of view, simple, fine. Don't start arguing because of this, because of that, because of this, simple. It will gather large area, I mean large light, a large amount of light and large area. So, if you are driving your car or bike, just by giving a glimpse to this side mirror, you can easily notice, okay, how many cars, how many other vehicles are moving near to me, and that instruction never ever take the decision only on the basis of this view. Because if you are considering this car is quite behind me, it is not like that. So, you have to take a look of your this front mirror also, fine. It will simply gives you an idea who is moving behind you, and moreover, as a trick, if you are going back in a car, I mean reverse gear is working, don't look back, look in both these mirrors, whiskers. If your car is crossing properly, be sure things are going to be normal, because nowadays in cars there is a parking sensor, okay. So, use these simple devices of ray optics, make your life more beautiful. Let us come on to the next question, and this question is question number 3 and 4, both are for 2 marks. So, at least you have to write down 2 lines or so. Does size of mirror affect the nature of the image? Okay. Now, this question is really up to some extent not so simple. Reason is, actually in general the impression is the size of the mirror affect the nature of the this image. Yes, big size mirror, big image, small size mirror, nothing like that. Nature of the image means erect, virtual, real, inverted. What exactly? That is nature of the image, and that nature of the image nothing has to do with the size of the mirror. If 10" by 10" mirror is creating, say for example, a virtual erect image, then the same mirror of 100 centimeter into 100 centimeter will create that image, fine. No, nature of the image never ever affected by the physical size of the mirror. Nature has, nature of what? I think I should complete the sentence. Nature of image not dependent on mirror size. Fine. So then comes question number 4. And this question is again for 2 marks. Now, this question is basically a logical question. Try to understand. How can we see a virtual image when it cannot be obtained on screen? Forget the question, let us start enjoying the physics. Virtual image is that image which you cannot achieve on screen. So, the question is indirectly saying, if you cannot achieve a image on a screen, then how you can say I can observe this, I can watch it. Let us say I am going to PVR or big cinemas and I am watching a movie. Image formation is taking place there with the help of projector, and on a white big screen real image formation is taking place. Then we can say, oh, I am enjoying the movie by spending 500 or 1000 rupees. But if the image is real, only then. But if the image is virtual, then how can we observe it? Okay. Virtual image you cannot achieve on screen, but it is not like that your retina cannot form the image of that virtual this virtual image. Retina can create the image, and then retina will transfer the image signals, electrical signals, by means of optic nerve to the brain, and then brain on the basis of its understanding will analyze. So, your eyes are perfect cameras created by Almighty. Real image, vertical image, virtual image, erect image, inverted image, whatever they can sense, they can understand, because eyes are not only working as a lens, but brain is also involved. So, the answer of this question should be in this particular question you should mention, how can we see a virtual image when it cannot be obtained on a screen? Fine. Virtual image cannot be obtained on screen. True. This story I am writing so that you can enjoy, you can understand. Need not to write down this entire story. But this virtual image by means of our retina and eyes analyzed by brain. So, important name is eye. Incorporate this word, retina, then optic nerve. I have devoted one complete lecture each microscope, telescope and eyes, and if you have observed, revised those videos, I am sure these type of questions are just simple. Fine. So, complete your answer in this manner. As such, no condition placed by Almighty that, oh my dear human being, I am providing you eyes, but the restriction is you cannot observe virtual images. It is not like that. Fine. That is why creation by Almighty always perfect. So, we all are perfect in that sense. Let's move for the next problem, that is question number 5. Now here once again 5, 6, 2 questions in 3 marks category. 1, 2, 1 mark, 2, 3, 2 marks, then 3, 4, and then 5, 6 in 3 marks category. Establish relation between F and R of convex mirror. Fine. Here the idea was simple: concave mirror, convex mirror, plane mirror, something like that, so many things. I just picked one example. It may possible in examination they may ask concave. So how you should approach? First thing, in such type of questions, if they are in the 3 marks category, ray diagram essential. Fine, that is first thing. So first we will try to draw the ray diagram, and it is convex mirror, no problem. Okay. Now from here a ray of light going like this, fine, and then okay. Now from here let us say this ray is passing like this. So this one is F, first focal, and then what will happen? Try to draw a normal on this small portion, that is like this, and it will pass through C, center of curvature. Now this much angle is I and this much angle is R. I think I should use forbidden red color. This angle is R, okay, I, R. Now this angle once again is I, this chota wala angle I, and this blue angle is R. I hope all the angles are visible to all of you clearly. Now this gapping, okay, please be careful. This gapping is nothing but small f, and from here to here it is R, like this, it is R, capital R, fine. So now let us give some name. So it is point A, say for example, it is point B is this point, it is point C, it is point F, this point, oh, this red color F, slightly white red F, fine. So this point is F and this let us say is D. Now over here CF is equal to FB, CF is equal to FB, CF is equal to FB, fine. Next line is FB itself is equal to FP. Where is P? P is this pole. So FB is equal to FP, fine. Now from here if we put the value, then basically PF is equal to 1 by 2 PC. So from here what you can say? You can say it means F is equal to R by 2, simple. So if in 3 marks you provide this much diagram and these 3 logical lines, full 3 by 3 you will get, no one can stop, fine. Now let us go for this question number 6, again for 3 marks. What are optical fibers? Give 3 applications of these fibers. Now optical fibers, what? You have to write down this answer in 3 marks. So optical fibers are optical fibers are very thin wires having cladding, fine, I mean covered in that, and the thickness of these optical fibers is just like our hairs, fine, this much thick, few micron. So they are basically used for transmission of light on the basis of total internal reflection. I explained this idea, this entire device. Now give 3 applications of these fibers. So number 1 is in medical field. There is one device, that is process, that is known as endoscopy. So in endoscopy they used to insert from your mouth a small cable that contains illuminated optical fibers, fine. So it goes inside your stomach, fine, and then they can observe each and every organ inside without any cutting. Nowadays robotic surgery is also performed by this means. The inside view is available on a computer screen, then the doctors and technicians are controlling that particular thing. So surgery using these type of devices, you can save lot of lives by means of saving blood and wounds healing and all these things. So medical field. Number 2 is communication. Nowadays internet, mobile telephone, data transfer, it all is taking place just because of this optical fiber cable using laser lights, fine. So that is one aspect. And then you can mention like transmission of electrical signals, fine. So third one is like transmission of electrical signals, and the structure is like this, and then outside of it there is a cladding, fine. Inside there is a core, there is one cladding. So in 3 marks you can provide this type of information, like half page information, you can score 3 marks. And you can watch our video that I used to explain for this type of concept associated with optical fibers, fine. Then comes question number 7. What is meant by power of a lens, fine. What is one diopter? Basically I devoted good amount of time while I was explaining these small concepts used for discussion of some numericals, fine. So I hope you have the clarity, but I would like to re-mention these concepts, that is power of a lens is the ability of the lens, power of a lens is ability, I think it should, power of a lens is its ability, why to make sentences long, is its ability, is its ability to converge or diverge, both, ability to converge a beam of light falling on it, fine. It is given as P is equal to 1 by F, where F is in meters, the unit of power is diopter, fine. What is diopter? What is 1 diopter? 1 diopter means the unit for representing the power of the lens. Also you can write down P is equal to mu minus 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. So these type of points you can mention for 3 or 4 marks questions, fine. Then comes students question number 8. Fine. Now question number 8 is describe briefly any 3 applications of total internal reflection. So this question, that's why I mentioned in the starting of the video that same type of concept I will use for 2 questions, and this question is for 5 marks, and that question in which I mentioned optical fiber, fiber optic cable for 3 marks. So it is similar. Total internal reflection is what? The concept of total internal reflection, and the best example is optical fiber cable, OFC, and the uses I already mentioned. So now you have to decide how much I will have to provide for 3 marks and how much I will have to provide for 5 marks. Here you have to apply your logic. Okay? So now I am leaving this question at your discretion. Concept you know, topic you know, I explained very properly. Then comes what is a rainbow? Very traditional question. What are its 2 types? Fine. How are they formed? Explain. So in 5 marks, first you have to write down what is a rainbow. Rainbow is colorful formation, light scattering in sky during rainy season when the sun is behind the observer. Okay. So what are its 2 types? So one is primary rainbow, another is secondary rainbow. Basically rainbow formation takes place on the combined effect of dispersion, refraction and internal reflection. So rainbow formation takes place as combined effect of dispersion, find dispersion, refraction, okay, and internal reflection, reflection. Okay. Now what are 2 types? So one is primary rainbow, 3-step process, 3-step process. Okay. And what are those 3 steps? Number 1 is refraction with dispersion. Refraction with dispersion. This is first step. Second step is what? That is internal reflection. Internal reflection. And third step is refraction. You have to mention these 3 steps in this sequence. Fine. Then next is secondary rainbow, that forms secondary rainbow. It is 4-step process, 4 steps process. How? This first step is as usual. This step repeat twice. So it is 2, it is again 3. This step repeats twice. And then fourth one is this step. So there are 2 types of rainbows. One is primary, one is secondary. Primary has 3 steps, secondary has 4 steps, like this. Fine. Now if we want to describe how this rainbow formation takes place, fine. So you have to show the situation like this. That is, this is raindrop. As a person, I am standing here, fine, and the sun is here. So light ray going like this, refraction, then internal reflection, then dispersion, then coming out. So, this way by simple ray diagram you can show this situation. This is drop. Okay. Then comes question number 10. An equilateral glass prism is immersed in water. Calculate the angle of deviation produced for a ray of light incident at 40° on one face of the prism. Now, this entire question is based upon one video which I created, we completed, and I am sure it is with you, in which I discussed basic concepts of prism. What is prism, how it works, and all these details. So, in this particular question nothing is difficult. First you have to draw the ray diagram. Because this video is already with you, so I will not explain too much. Fine. If you watch that video properly, you can solve this question easily. Like this, then dotted line, the name of this angle is R1, this angle is R2, like this. This angle is T, and so on and so forth, all these points. So, you have to find when we put it inside a liquid, then what will happen, I mean the value of this angle. So, first you have to create the diagram because it is in 5 marks, then you can write down few terms I am giving you. Sorry. AG, refractive index with respect to water and glass, that will give me A mu G upon A mu water. Fine. So, put the values, you will get it as 1.203 on the basis of these numbers. Then W mu G is equal to sin I2 upon sin R2, R2. All these terms, because already I explained in one of my full video diagram. So, that is why this is something that you can use, and from here you can find the value of I2. I2 value you will get nearly 34 degrees. And then deviation delta is equal to I1 plus I2 minus A. And what is the value of A? Prism angle is 60 degrees, equilateral. Fine. So, you will put the values like 40 plus 34 minus 60. So, it is going to be 14 degrees. So, this question is anyway not a difficult question, very basic and simple question based upon the one concept of the refractive index and dispersion, deviation of light using a prism. So, students, it was introduction of various questions based upon your topic of ray optics. I hope you will enjoy, you will revise these videos. Very soon I will come back with some new videos.